Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all going to be about me trying out a brand that I've never tried before. I'm going to be trying a set from Iconic London, and I feel like it's one of these brands that I've seen for so many years, but I always had it in the back of my mind to try something from Iconic London, but never got around to doing it. So just over the Christmas period, I did see that Iconic London had this pretty cute set that they were selling at Boots, and it's called the Dream Team set, and it retailed for 129. I did not buy it for 129. I got it half price. In this set, it seems like we've got a few of Iconic London's very kind of popular bestsellers. Some of them I think are miniature or mini travel sizes. So what do we have? We've got the Illuminator Original. We've got there's an eyeshadow palette in here actually. You've got the Triple Threat Mascara, a sheer blush, and a Prep Set Glow original spray, and there is also, I believe, a lip gloss. So yes, I am super excited to be trying these products out. I'm just going to actually have a look at some of these products because the reason why I didn't put my foundation on quite yet, I've done my brows, is because the spray in here is actually a prep set and glow. Yeah, it says shake well for an even glow. Gently spray 12 inches away from your face with eyes closed. Apply the soothing mist before you moisturize. Oh, before you moisturize. Oops, okay, I've already moisturized. And use to finish makeup. Cool. Okay, I should have read that before I applied my moisturizer, but I've already applied moisturizer and stuff, so I am just going to go ahead. I really love the packaging that this came in. Soft velvet box texture, and it's also a magnetic kind of a closure. I'm really loving this kind of blush pink shade. So everything's been nicely wrapped up as well. This is a mini size spray. This is very glittery, so I don't know how I feel about applying this to set my makeup or prep my skin, because I feel like it's gonna be so much shimmer particle in there. So this is the sheer blush. I'm not sure whether this is a mini size or if this is a full size. I feel like this might be a mini size, but honestly I don't mind because I love, you know, exploring with makeup and trying new makeup all the time. I feel like a mini size is the way to go. It's a waste of product if you're not going to end up using the entirety of the product, but also if it's something that, you know, you don't end up liking, then at least it was only mini size that you kind of spent your money on. So this is in the shade Rose Riot, and it's the sheer blush, and I quite like this window actually, so that you can actually see the shade. I don't know whether this is even going to show up on my skin tone. It might be way too fair. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Oh, this is definitely a full size. So this is the Iconic London Lip Gloss Plumping Gloss in Nearly Nude. So that is a very light nude shade. Definitely going to need a lip liner. That is mini. This is so cute. Oh my goodness, that is the cutest thing that I've seen. But this is an illuminator, so it says shake well before use. I'm guessing it's like a liquid highlighter situation. The kind of vibe that I get from Iconic London is like glowy, very like, yeah, just glowy, highlighted. And then I've got a full-size mascara as well, I believe. So this is Iconic London. I'm gonna stop saying Iconic London. You guys know this whole video is about Iconic London. But it is the Triple Threat Mascara. I am looking for a new mascara because I'm trying to move away from my trusty old one size Fantasize mascara, which I've been addicted to for like over a year now. Let's have a look at the brush. Oh, okay. You can barely see the bristles actually, so I wonder what kind of a formula it is, whether it's a wet or, well, actually it does look wet because I've just seen a bit of the mascara kind of pop out from the tube. Give it a whirl and see. Sometimes mascaras don't do good on the first kind of try. As soon as you've opened them, you kind of need to give it a little bit of a brace period where you let the formula kind of dry down a little bit and settle down a little bit almost. And then last but not least, we have the Iconic London Thriving and Shining eyeshadow palette. That is super reflective. Like, that is just the sleeve, by the way. So let's pull that out, and yes, the front cover is just as reflective. And yeah, let's have a look inside. I hope there's a mirror inside here. Oh yes, very nice large mirror there. Very impressed by the pan sizes. I don't know why I was expecting the eyeshadow palette to be a bit smaller and smaller kind of pan sizes. It is a neutral palette, so, you know, nothing colourful, too colourful, playful here. But if it's a palette that, you know, does work well, it should hopefully become, you know, a staple in my makeup routine. It looks like it's got a really nice mix of mattes and shimmers. So there's 20 shadows in here, and out of the 20 we've got 9 shimmers, metallic, what looks like metallic. They some of them look a little bit more like satin like than metallic. Let's swatch a few of the shimmers actually and see how it is. I mean, instantly my eyes are drawn to one particular shade, which is Dance Baby. So let's, wow, okay, that's softer than I was anticipating. So that is Dance Baby. Definitely more like a glitter. It almost looks like it can become something of a glitter topper, but you can build it up to be quite potent. Ooh, what other shades should we swatch? I'm gonna try this one here, BOTA. Very soft shadows. Okay, that's that one, BOTA. Let's try one of the more like softer looking metallics or shimmers. Vibe Check. That's this one here. It's like a darker kind of purple. Almost looks like it's not really a shimmer. Yeah, it's like almost like a satin finish. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not as potent as that glitter shade here. Has some shine to it, definitely, but it's more kind of subtle shine. So I think that is a nice shade that you can kind of use both ways as like a satin kind of a matte, but also possibly like a shimmer. Let's watch some of the mattes as well, actually. Instantly I want to swatch the black Drama. Wow, that is very soft and creamy. Oh, okay, that is looking like a nice matte black, something that you can sheer out but also build up. So quite impressed with that actually, because some black shadows look very, what ends up when you're swatching them or putting them on your eyes, look more grey than black, because it's just not quite pigmented enough. Let's try Get It Girl. Is this kind of white shade, but it's kind of got these shimmer particles in it as well. Actually, when I pick it up on my finger, it kind of looks more matte-ish, but in the pan you can kind of see reflex of a glitter in there. Yeah, it's mainly just like a matte white. Okay, so that's pretty nice. You've got a whole range of things from white to blacks to really nice kind of neutral browns. You do have a red toned brown as well to add a bit of warmth, and this kind of terracotta brown, like a warm brown here. It's such a really nice shade range for a palette of 20 shadows, I would say. Although, you know, there are a few gold shimmers, like maybe they could have kind of changed up some of the gold for different colours. Like that is a gold. Oh no, that's not a gold, sorry. This is like a pale gold. That is a glitter, like 24 karat kind of gold. And then you've got a gold up here as well, which is just like slightly darker than that one. I'm going to swatch those actually to see what the difference is. So this one is Work It. I think this one feels like more of a champagne gold. And then we've got Like Sunshine. I'm going to swatch those two next to each other. Okay, that's a little bit more punchy. Work It is a bit more of a champagne gold, whereas this one is more of a kind of like a bright metallic gold. I'm thinking maybe we should start with the shadows, because I don't know if there's going to be fallout or what the vibe is. It's been a while since I've done eyeshadow, so I feel a bit nervous. One of the nice things about a cardboard eyeshadow palette is that you can kind of like flatten your workspace, like flatten the palette a bit. I'm just going to apply a little bit of concealer to my eyes actually first, so that the shadows have something to stick to. Usually I would go in with eyeshadow primer, but I don't have eyeshadow primer on my desk here to hand, so I'm just going to go with concealer because we just want to see what the formula of these iconic shadows are like first. I'm actually going to go in with the new NYX Pro Stick Fix concealer. This is in the shade Golden, and we'll just get some on the eyelids and blend it out. Really like the size of the mirror in here and how good of a quality it is. It's not like a cheap mirror. Let's go in with some of the concealer. I want to use the shadows how I would normally apply eyeshadows. It wouldn't be fair for me to do different when we are testing new products. I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got a bit of a dry patch coming up here again. Ever since I had this really bad allergic reaction to dust, this kind of rash keeps cropping up, and I need to probably get that checked out because I don't know why it keeps coming back. I'm not using anything different to what I was using prior to, you know, having dust allergy reactions. So I don't know why it keeps flaring up, and it seems to be more my left eye than my right, so weird. Oh, I forgot to report that it does have a magnetic closure, guys, so you're safe to travel with this. This is a really nice travel palette. Hopefully you've got your whole entire nude setup right here. Just thinking what would be a nice kind of a base shadow, and which angle do we want to go in? Do I want to go a cool tone, warm tone, a bit of a mix of both, smoky, that we've got the black there. We do also really have a nice dark brown next to that black as well. I'm going to start with the shade Bear With Me. It seems like a really nice kind of a neutral spot to start in. There is a little bit of a dustiness as I'm tapping into the shadow pan there. So it's not very tightly. Oh no! Just completely dug my nail into that shade. So annoyed at myself. Okay, crisis diverted. Tried to fix that pan up by just trying to push the shadows back together. I feel very on edge today, guys, if I'm honest with you. I haven't been really having the best day, so I'm a bit all over the place. But anyway, what I was trying to show you guys as I dug my nail into that shade was that there is a bit of kick up in the pan. It's not a densely packed shadow. Creasing there, so let's just tap that out. And I'm just going to go into my kind of crease there. Ooh, picked up a lot, so that is definitely enough to cover both lids. Looks a little bit warmer than what I was expecting. It looks a little bit cooler, or not cooler, but more neutral in the pan there. Nice, it's blending out pretty well. Let's go in with this shade, the Big Smoke. Looks more cool toned. The Big Smoke. Let's tap off a bit of excess. So yeah, there is definite sort of kick up. It's not a lot, but it's definitely there and worth pointing out. Although saying that, I'm not seeing, you know, like huge deal of fallout or anything. It's a really nice cool toned kind of a brown. Just thinking, do I want to go into the black or not? Let's dip into Drama. And I'm literally just the tiniest kind of bit on the brush there. And I'm just going to focus this right against my lash line. Kind of want a little bit more of a softer black look. So I'm going to just leave it there. I'm going to go into the shade Feeling 10-10. Feeling 10 out of 10. The one next to the black, that's a nice kind of a dark brown. Bridge the gap between the black shade and the brown. I'm just going to dip back into the black actually with that same small brush and really focus this on the lash line. Okay, I'm just going to go in with this blending brush where we used that cool tone shade called the Big Smoke, and I'm just going to blend a little bit on the edge here. Now for the shimmer shade, I'm thinking, do we use fingers or should we go in with a brush? Let's go in with a brush and see how well it does on the brush first, and then if we need to, we can go in with our fingers. I mean, I definitely feel like I want to kind of sparingly use Dance Baby on top of whatever I put, but I think I need something underneath first. I'm going to go for the shade Here She Is with the centre of the eyelid. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is laying down well. Good. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. Okay, just going to kind of bring that into the outer corner. Let's do that on the other side as well. Now this is where you can really see how much a shadow shines. Is it going to bring up the texture on my eyelids here? That is the question. Some shadows really do catch on to texture, like the Wet n Wild like 5-pan brushes, the Wet n Wild 5-pan shadows. They like show texture like there's no tomorrow. It's shimmery, but it's not like the most sparkliest metallic that you're going to come across. It's a very interesting texture. I'm actually going to use my finger and go in with a little bit with the finger to see if I can build up the metallicness or the shine of it at all. It's a soft shadow though, so I'm quite happy that it's a soft shadow, but I don't think these shadows are screaming like full shine metallic. It's a more muted kind of a muted shimmer. Well, definitely that shade. Here she is. Go in with the shade Making Moves for the inner corner. And oh yeah, definitely nice and bright. Like that a lot. I have to go in with Dance Baby. Very sparingly, I'm just going to grab it on my finger. Now that is a punchy shade. And then just gently, kind of sparingly tap it across as well. Okay. I don't think it's grabbing onto the texture on this side terribly. Like I said, definitely have had much kind of worse looking eyeshadows grabbing onto that. There's a bit of glitter fallout. It is quite expected, especially if you're not using like a glitter adhesive or a glitter primer. That is the eyeshadow look done. Like I said, it's been a while since I've kind of gone all out with eyeshadows, so I feel like I'm relearning a few skills, to be honest. Like, I feel like this is going to be a foolproof palette. It's an everyday wearable, but also let's take it up a notch and be neutral glam kind of a palette, which is very nice, and I'm very pleased about that. I am very excited to keep creating looks with this, and I cannot wait to try more looks using this palette. I'm going to be away for about 2 weeks, and I'm actually thinking, do I want to take this palette with me? It's definitely going to go with all the looks and outfits that I've planned, including the Asian ones, the Western ones, and it's very brown skin friendly, I think. It does have the few kind of lighter tones as well, but it's definitely got deeper, darker, smokier colours that will show up on deeper skin tones as well. We're going to leave the lower lash line alone for now and carry on with the base. I am scared to use this to prep my skin. It has this little kind of a metallic ball on the end. I don't know if you can see it on the bottom of the bottle here, but it's meant to like help to mix the glitter through the shade. It's very mesmerising the way that glitter is moving around. Right, let's give it a shake. Do we risk it? Do we risk it? I want to see the mister first. Whoa, you can actually see the glitter particles it's spraying. It's got quite a nice scent. Okay, so it did say 12 centimetres or something away. Spray it from 12 centimetres away. Oh, that smells very nice. Has a bit of a rose scent, but not too strong, because I'm not a fan of very, very rosy scents. Can I see glitter on my face? Now that is what I want to know. Oh, that's definitely gotten over everything, including my skin. So, I'm scared. I don't want to see myself. I don't want to see what my skin's looking like right now. I think that might have been a really bad idea. Yeah, you can definitely see glitter specks. I'm going to zoom you guys in so that you can, I don't know if you can see, very, very kind of fine glitter specks. I do have to say that it, funnily enough, feels fairly hydrating. It's just, I don't know whether I like these specks of glitter under my base. That's the tricky thing to get on board with. And I don't know, would you really want to spray this on top of your makeup as well? Like, would that not, I don't know, would it ruin stuff? Okay, let's go in with foundation, because that's the only way we're going to find out whether we can see this or not. Funnily enough, I'm actually going to go in with a matte foundation. I have been loving the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation recently, and this is in the shade 330 Toffee. I'm just going to give that a bit of a shake. So I'm just going to apply a little bit on the brush directly, and we're just going to use the brush to spread it around and then blend it out. This foundation is very interesting. I have filmed a bit of a review, which it's going to come out in different orders, guys, so I do apologise. My videos are a little bit all over the place. Just going to go in with a bit more. The coverage is very interesting on this foundation. It's not a full coverage at all. It's a matte foundation and it's like medium coverage at the most. it'll be interesting to see if the, you know, the glitter specks and stuff is visible through this. Taking a little bit of a closer look at my skin in the mirror, it's definitely looking more hydrated than it usually does, which I'm not surprised about. Oh, actually, now that it's kind of blended into the foundation, there are a few bigger glitter specks, but the majority of it has, funny enough, blended out. Maybe the glitter particles are so fine that it doesn't really like it melts into the foundation as you blend. Possibly. I mean, there's a little bit in my brows and stuff. Oh yeah, I've got a little bit of glitter in my brows. Ooh, I don't know whether I'm liking this thing or not. Maybe I should be spraying my face with this first, so like way before I do my brows, my eyeshadow, everything. Spray this on, let it sit in, then do like my eyebrows, eyeshadows, and then go with foundation. I don't know. But it says it can do it all, prep, set and glow. Maybe I can use this as a targeted like highlight, although it's difficult to do that with a spray. Maybe. Okay, sorry guys, I've got a lot of thoughts like running through my head right now with this little iconic spray. But I mean, this is the thing that they kind of were famous for a long time, and I definitely feel hydrated after spraying that. So it's a really nice win for the hydration. I just don't know, I think I need to rethink about how I apply this in my makeup routine basically. So I guess it does work as a prepping spray. I've got so many thoughts in my head, haven't I? Okay, let's move on. That's the spray done. Eyeshadow palette done. I'm going to go in with some concealer. I'm going to use my NYX Pro Fix stick, and this is in the shade 12 Nutmeg. Perfect shade match for me. I cannot believe that a drugstore has finally managed to get me a shade that is that suits me. I absolutely love the formula of this as well. I can't believe I'm in love with a drugstore stick concealer. I think that's the most surprising release of 2024 thus far, for sure. That was very easy to kind of carve out there because of it being a stick concealer as well. Okay, so what do we have left to try actually from this little set? We've got the liquid blush and the illuminator, the lip gloss and the mascara. So we are nearly there. Those areas that I've spot concealed are kind of drying down a little bit before I blend it out. I'm just going to go in and do my lower lash line. So I'm going to use this small brush again. I think I want to keep it really simple. I'm going to go in with the shade The Big Smoke. So I'm going to try and be very careful because we've just kind of cleaned this area up. As we get kind of less on the brush, bringing it a little bit closer to the middle. I'm really liking how the eyes are looking for sure. Right, next we are going to go in with the cream blush. I was thinking whether we should do the powder first, like apply a bit of powder foundation or something on top, but because it is a cream blush, I don't want to risk it. I'm going to give this a nice shake. It's a very light pink shade, and honestly, I don't know whether this is going to show up. How are we going to do this? Should we go directly on the cheek? Or actually, no, let's not risk that. I'm going to apply some to my finger. Okay. I don't know why I was expecting something way liquidier. It's actually very creamy. Ooh. Okay, let's get blending with the finger and see if anything will really show up. It's very creamy. I'm a bit worried it's actually kind of lifting the foundation and concealer. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm not a big fan of that because there's very minimal kind of colour payoff, but it's definitely lifting my foundation and concealer. It's very emollient. Yeah, I mean, you can barely see that there's a pink shade to my skin. It just looks glowy. There's a nice glow, but it's definitely lifted my foundation and concealer there. I'm wondering maybe this would look nicer on maybe like bare skin, but again, I don't think it's gonna really show up. Right, so this is just very creamy and it's almost like a lotion that they are marketing as a pink blush. So not impressed with this. I wish they had chosen a deeper colour to go into the set, because the likelihood of this colour suiting everybody who picks up the set, it's going to be minimal to none. Like, I mean, maybe not even 50% of people would be able to use this shade. So it's left a slight glow to the skin, but definitely no colour. So not too happy about that. But yes, like I said, I don't give up easily, so I'm definitely curious to try this on bare skin and see how that looks. But the formula is definitely not something that I would use on top of foundation, because it literally just felt like I was applying a moisturiser with a bit of pink in it. Actually, I think if I can't get along with this, I can give this to my mum, because she kind of likes things like this. Like, she often mixes her blushes and stuff into moisturiser. She likes a very natural makeup look. So yeah, it's not going to go to waste. Definitely not going to go to waste. If I can't get along with it, it's probably going to go to my mum. I am actually just going to go in with my foundation brush and just try and apply some of the remaining foundation back. I feel like there's the slightest hint of a pink, but I don't know if I'm just imagining things at this point. Next we are going to try out our little mini illuminator. Does this have a shade? I'm not sure. It just says original, illuminator original on there. I don't know if they do several shades of this. I'm actually very happy with the fact that this is a very mini size, because especially with liquid highlights, I feel like they usually, if they're potent enough, last very long. It's actually really cute. It's like a mini dropper. But yeah, we're going to apply some. Ooh, okay. Has a greasy feel, but there's definitely a dry down. So I'm just going to go straight in with the dropper, actually. I'll just do a few dots here. Just wondering, is this shade a bit too... I thought it was going to be a bit too deep for my skin tone, and I think I've definitely applied way too much. We could have gone in with just one little dip, one little dot. I don't know what compelled me to do that, but this is definitely blending out much nicer than the blush did. Oh, that is going to be way too much down my nose. I don't know why I did that. Let's transfer some to the forehead. Okay, I don't feel like this has really lifted anything. I've just applied way too much, I think. That's the issue. I'm just going to again go in with my foundation brush to fix this a little bit and kind of help to blend this shine. Okay, now that I've kind of blended that out with my foundation brush, I really like it. Look at that glow. Goodness me, that is really stunning. Hi, I have been sitting on this product for a while. This little thing packs a punch. Like I said, like, I could have done with one dot on both sides. I don't know what compelled me to do more than that, but this is going to last me a long time. This is a tiny titchy mini, 2.8 milliliters. That is a very small amount, but it's going to last me a long time for sure. I feel like this one didn't actually remove my foundation as much like the blush thing did. So I really like the formula of that. I mean, it definitely has a dry down as well. Like, I'm trying to remove the rest of that from my fingers here, and yes, it's kind of transferring across, but there's a definite kind of a adhesive kind of behaviour to it. Wow, this is going to be travelling with me everywhere. I'm going to actually powder this down with my MAC Studio Powder Foundation in the shade NC42 and see if it will tone down some of the glow. We need to kind of powder things down anyway. Okay, yeah. It is taking down some of the shine. We also had some of that shine from the glow spray as well. So yeah, I was right. Iconic is like the glam highlighty brand that I always had in my head. The highlight is still shining through that powder, so it's definitely a potent one. We only have 2 more things to try. Let's go in with a mascara. It's a very short bristled wand, and it does look like a wet formula. There is some kind of movement and flexibility to the wand there, So for me, I don't have the world's worst lashes, which is a blessing, definitely a genetic blessing. So most mascaras do kind of work well for me. The only thing is that I do not like flaking. So this mascara is going to take a little bit of time for me to get used to the formula, and you know, I want to know whether it's going to flake and stuff. Wow. Okay. What the hell? That built up very quickly. Can get a bit clumpy, it seems, which is it's not my most favourite kind of thing, but it's definitely a wet formula, and it's definitely creating some lift and length. Let's go on the bottom lashes as well. There's the before and there's the after. What do you guys think? Okay, maybe I've been sitting on this mascara as well. I don't want to be recommending a mascara that flakes or whatever, but it's definitely giving the look of falsies. My left eye lashes since COVID has not been the healthiest. From all the mask wearing that we had to do, especially at work, we had to wear masks basically full time. Basically the masks didn't really fit very well on me anyway, and so I would always have a bit of a I think most people did actually, now that I think about it. You always kind of have a little bit of a gap across the nose here, so all the air that you're breathing out literally goes up straight to your eyes. I ended up getting like repeated eye infections during that time, and one really bad infection and on my eyelid caused some of the lashes there to fall out. So my eyelashes on this side haven't been the same, which is really sad, but it is what it is. I guess that's why we have mascara. Why am I not hearing anybody talk about this, or has it already just passed the viral stage? Triple threat mascara. I'm really impressed. So far, I'm really impressed. I'm definitely going to try this out over the next few days, so I will leave my, review in the wear notes if I start getting flaking, or, yeah, it's just not lasting well. I, notice my eyelashes dropping after a while. Anything like that, I will leave it in the comments below. But so far, I'm impressed. I'm going to zoom you guys into my eyes. How insane my lashes look. Wow. Right, you are fighting with the one size fantasize mascara right now. Definitely for top spot. Just depends on how well this lasts on my eyes. One more product to go. That's the lip gloss. So I want to kind of see whether this is just like a clear kind of a, oh, okay. I was expecting the shade to be like really, really nude, but there is definitely a bit of a kind of a peachiness. The doe foot is kind of like a small, thin applicator. It's got a little bit of a, like a little dip curve. It's been a while since we've seen a thin applicator for lip products, for any products to be honest, even concealer. Right, I'm just gonna apply it as is without a lip liner to see how it looks. Oh, it has a spicy scent. It did say plumping, didn't it? Oh yeah, I'm starting to feel the tingle. And it's like a menthol scent. The applicator isn't the softest feeling applicator, to be honest. There's a bit of a learning curve with this applicator because it's a bit thin and has that dip. You kind of need to hug that dip across your whole lip to get the product to go on smooth as possible. Otherwise it kind of looks a bit patchy. I'm not mad at the shade at all. I feel like I can actually wear the shade on its own and it doesn't look terrible, because as much as it does look very light in the tube, like I said, it's got this kind of a peachy, kind of a orange. I'm just going to try and build up the colour on the back of my hand. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see what I'm talking about? Like a light hint of a peachy orange undertone, which actually suits my skin tone and it doesn't look terrible. There is definitely a tingling going on. Let me just see what is the active ingredient in this lip gloss. Menthone glycerol acetal menthol. It's got some tripeptide stuff in it as well, lactic acid. Nice. Okay, so it's got some things to actually kind of exfoliate the lips. But I think, yeah, menthol is the thing that is got that kind of minty base, to it, definitely. And the stinging is actually not unbearable. It's just a slight kind of a tingling. There's definitely worse feeling plumping glosses than this. But yeah, that's actually not looking bad without a lip liner, which I'm actually happy about. I still will go in with a lip liner to kind of complete the look. So I'm just going to use a very dark kind of a brown. The tingling is still going on, and yeah, I am actually surprised that I like the shade. Like, although it is nude, sheerness of the gloss and the slight kind of orangey, peachy kind of undertone actually doesn't look bad on the lips. So yeah, this is in the shade Nearly Nude. So that's actually a perfect name, Nearly Nude. It's not totally concealer vibe lips. It's almost concealer vibe lips. So let's do a quick roundup of everything that came in this set and we'll round this video up. Okay, I think we're going to start with the negatives and then go into the positives. So the thing that I really didn't like from this set was this blush, sheer blush and it's in the shade Rose Riot. Barely showed up. So I mean, I haven't added any blush to this look, and you can see that it's, you know, there's barely a flush to my cheeks. The formula, like I said, I am tempted to try it out on bare skin to see if that is any better, but it definitely is not something that you want going on top of your foundation and concealer, because it just lifted everything off. It literally, like I said, feels like a moisturizer or something that literally has like a pink it's got glow, but it's got a very like minimal pink kind of a tint to it, and it just blends right out. Like, there's no color payoff to it whatsoever. So yeah, I don't know, this may very well be going to my mum, because I know that she likes very natural stuff like this. So unfortunately, that is a definite dud in this whole set that I tried. Okay, I'm gonna pick my most favorite product from the set, which is, gosh, that's a difficult one. Okay, I think it's a little bit of a tie between this mini illuminator and the eyeshadow palette. Eyeshadow palette seems very wearable. Like I said, it's one of those palettes that you can take from day to night very easily, very suitable for a wide range of skin tones, and this took me by surprise. To be honest, after trying out the blush, I was a little bit worried about trying this out, because I just thought, what if it lifts the foundation off like the blush did, which it didn't at all. There's a definite kind of a creamy dry down that it has and that you feel, and you can see that the glow is still coming through despite me powdering on top with a powder foundation. The Studio Mac Fix is a powder foundation, so you know, it added coverage and everything, but the glow, it's still there. I want to put the mascara up there. So this is the Triple Threat mascara. I want to put it up there. I want to put it up there with this, but I'm not going to just yet, because I really want to put it through the ringer in terms of wear test. See if there's any flaking, see if there's any smudging over time, see if the curl drops at all, anything that, you know, would take it away from being up there with some of my other favorite mascaras. So yeah, I mean, I'm very surprised with how this mascara was looking. I don't know why I thought, because of like how the rest of the products look in terms of it's very wearable, glowy but wearable, I kind of assumed that the mascara would look quite natural and not, you know, be so glamorous, but I was totally wrong. It totally is very glamorous and has taken me by surprise for sure. The lip gloss as well, I can't fault it. It's a very nice gloss. The tingling is still going on. It's definitely been about a good 20 minutes and I can still feel that kind of mentholy feeling. Plumping glosses never actually plump my lips, but they make them look a bit fuller. So this is definitely what I'm seeing. I'm seeing kind of less lines on my lips and it's definitely looking fuller. This formula feels like one of those formulas that will last a fair amount of time. I mean, it's a gloss, it's definitely going to fade away at some point, but it feels like one of those slightly you know, longer lasting, not stringy, but a slightly kind of cushiony, tacky feeling, which is very common with glosses that last well. So again, I'll need to do a wear test. I can't, you know, vouch for the wear time quite yet, but I do plan on wearing this makeup look for maybe another hour or two. So, I mean, if the lip gloss definitely wears off by then you know that it's something that's only going to last an hour or two, and it's something that you're going to have to carry around if you want to keep reapplying the shade. This product is like an in-between. It's like dead center. I loved the glow, not the glow from the shimmer and the glitter, the glow from the hydration. This definitely hydrated my skin, but I just don't know how I felt like spraying that load of shimmer and glitter across my skin. I mean, it's not as noticeable and visible right now. I think I'll have to kind of definitely figure out how to use this product. It's definitely going to have to be something that goes on before like doing your brows, because the shimmers did kind of settle into my brows. I don't know if you can really see now, but I mean, the good thing is that once I started to blend my foundation out with a brush, it did kind of disperse that shimmer, and I couldn't see the shimmer as much. You definitely can't see it like as vividly, especially under like the powder and everything. It's not you know, my worry was that I was going to look like a disco ball, basically, like a shimmery disco ball, but that is not the case. So that is surprising. But I think, again, I just don't know. I don't know how to feel. This is definitely, I would not be applying this on top of my makeup. It's definitely something that is going to go underneath to hydrate the skin and get the glow underneath, like from within the skin. But I definitely don't want to be spraying this on top of a finished makeup look and then getting a whole bunch of shimmer and glitter on top. All in all, a very, very surprising outcome. I think you know, some products definitely took me by surprise, aka this and this. Definite nice step into the brand. I didn't try any like complexion products as such yet. I think the feeling that I was getting from the brand was right. They're all about the glow, they're all about the highlighting, and yeah, I'm actually really impressed with the makeup look that we've turned out today. And like I said, it's been a long time since I've done eyeshadows. I know I put this up there as #1 spot, but I'm just hoping that the eyeshadows again last well on my eyelids. I've got oily eyelids and I did use a concealer as the base, so definitely I'll be trying this eyeshadow palette again with a proper eyeshadow primer and stuff. But I'm very, very pleased with the pigmentation. This one shade definitely boosts the entire palette, the glitter shade. But yes, these shimmers are soft shimmers. Don't be expecting metallic punchy metallic shimmers. They are soft shimmers. So if you go in with that in mind, I think you'll be very pleased. But it's definitely a palette that can take you from day to night, daily wear to glam. So, you know, really, really nice and versatile, and I'm actually really happy that I tried out this palette. Right, so that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little ride along into iconic London with me, and yes, please subscribe and show your support. Leave in the comments down below what you guys would like to see next. I mean, you got a little bit of a makeup look out of this one in terms of like eyeshadows and stuff. It's still a first impressions review video, but you know, you did kind of get a bit of a makeup application in this video. So yeah, let me know, what would you guys like to see? What brands would you like me to step into and review or do first impressions of next? Because there's millions of brands out there that I haven't even stepped a foot into at all. So yeah, definitely leave that in the comments below, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and a wonderful week ahead, wherever and whenever you guys are watching this. Always let the light in and let your creativity flow. Bye.